The Shores of Bellafort. The
Are we looking at
Shores
the
of
same
Bellafort.
script?
By the Reddit Brigade players. Griffin and Calvin sit on the edge of a cliff, overlooking the ocean as wind blows blades of grass around them.
You'll ever think they'll come back?
A part of me says yes, but maybe that's just the part of me that misses them.
It's been a long 10 years. I was just a boy when they left.
And what are you now?
A young man, or maybe just a boy with a beard. Hey, maybe someday I'll have to be old and wise like you.
Now you know I love you too much to wish that on you, my dear boy.
Malachi hunts fish in the ocean. Luna approaches him.
Wow, what a brave warrior.
Very funny. I'm surprised you left that cave of yours.
Even a girl like me needs to come out and visit my dear friend.
Well, thank you.
I'm talking about the sun.
Okay, Luna Eclipse. Like a bitch.
Well, it's fair to say our conversations are never dull, unlike your spear.
So tired these days. It seems the amount of fish just aren't what they used to be.
We will find a way, my dear friend. We always have.
So I am your friend?
Don't push it.
Luna is laying in her
Right.
hammock on the beach side as Griffin walks up.
Well, look who made time for me. The son of Calvin.
Smirk. The sun. The sun always makes time for the moon.
Smile. Oh, whatever. How have you been?
I've been okay, just thinking about the others.
Yeah, so have I. Whenever I start to feel down, I just spend some time in the cave.
Why don't you come spend time on the hilltop with Calvin and me?
I appreciate the offer, but I think I do better alone.
Sigh.
Oh.
Very well. Have a good night.
Griffin begins to walk away, but stops and turns around.
You know, Calvin told me how you got your name.
Oh, really? Enlighten me.
He said your parents had a rough time adjusting to life on the island. When you have to leave everything behind, there isn't much to hold on to. The nights on the island were often dark, minus the few fires made by the villagers. So your mom and dad would always look to the moon for light. The day you were born, your father came up with the name Luna. He said, even in the darkest of nights, you could brighten the world, just as the moon does. I just thought you should know.
Smile.
The sun is setting as Malachi, Griffin, and Calvin sit around a fire pit.
I worry about that girl, you know. She's always on her own.
She's stronger than she knows. She'll be fine.
We all are. We made it this far.
Why does she spend so much time in that cave of hers?
Mulaney used to take her there to molest her. Told Luna it was their special place.
What the fuck?
What's your favorite memory of Mulaney, Malachi?
It was a few days before she passed. She said Luna and I were the best thing to happen to her. She always loved singing to the birds, and told me when she was gone, perhaps she would come back as a bird and sing to me.
Malachi seems deep in thought, fire crackling in the background.
You know, the one thing I never understood about her was whenever I asked her or my parents why we looked nothing like the others, they would always change the subject.
Okay. Well, it's past my bedtime. I'll see you boys in the morning.
Good night, Calvin.
Good night, Cal.
Early morning on the next day, Calvin and Griffin are walking on the beach.
Hit shift. Two.
Line.
I felt like it was ruined from Shimmy last time,
Oh my god.
So, how come you
Oh,
avoided
sorry.
Malachi's question last night?
Ah, so you noticed
Excuse
that,
me.
huh?
So my voice sounded weird.
You noticed that, huh?
so how-
What I'm about to
how
tell
come
you,
you
the other
avoid-
two do not know, and it's probably best it stays that way.
Just shoot him! Shoot him!
Okay, stage fright. Hold on.
Do you know your lines?
Well, what is it, Cal?
Malachi and his parents aren't like the rest of us.
Narrator.
Look of disbelief in Griffin's face.
How is that even?
Years ago, before Luna and you were born, Olivia and Abraham arrived on our island. She was carrying a child, and that child was Malachi. They, like Malachi, had this radiant silver hair with bright green eyes. Olivia told me they were from an island, a place called the Isles of Aura. They had left it many years back in hopes of bringing others to this land full of nature and peace. It wasn't long after they reached the mainland that they realized humans were a lost cause, so full of destruction and greed, they left in hopes of returning home, but couldn't seem to find their way back. They had spent so much time with the humans, they began to lose their natural senses and act like them. We were the first island they came across, and so they made their home here.
Why did they stay?
She gave birth to Malachi on the island, so it seemed only fitting to make home here. Olivia told me we weren't like the other humans. We didn't allow greed to manipulate us. Instead, we shared what we had.
And what did the others think of them?
I never told the others. People often fear what isn't them, and while they were good people, I know how misunderstanding can turn to blame and blame into hate, and hate into chaos.
So, the island expedition set sail for was Olivia and Abram's home?
Yes, you are correct.
Don't you think he deserves to know?
In time, perhaps, but right now we must first figure out a plan. This island's resources are all but diminished, and with no signs of their return, we must decide whether we stay or journey on.
Luna sat by herself in the sand, sad and talking only to herself.
I don't know how much longer we can wait. I miss you guys, but I'm afraid my fear has become a reality. You're never coming back. Maybe that was the purpose. Maybe you guys sacrificed yourselves so there could be more supplies for the rest of us, and we could live longer. I would have rather died with an empty stomach and a full heart. The others are strong. I feel like I'm just slowing them down. Malachi is a lone wolf, spending his free time hunting, or rather playing, with the few animals we have left on this island. At least I have Griffin. He understands me, although I don't see him much. He spends most of his days with Calvin. He knows how to make me smile, which I haven't done much of since you guys left. Maybe we will see you again. Maybe not, but I gotta keep going. I want to live, and that gives me hope.
Luna wipes tears from her eyes, and she begins to walk up to the campfire. Calvin walks around the fire as Griffin, Malachi, and Luna watch and listen.
I've done some thinking lately, and I think it's time we go on our own expedition. I know this place is home, and boy would I miss it. But I love all of you and want better for each of you, and that's not a possibility here. So we're going to vote on it. An island of democracy.
I say yes.
I second that.
Griffin?
It's been 10 years. We've waited long enough. Yes, as well.
Then it's settled. I'll give you all a couple of days to gather your belongings you wish to take with you, and then we set sail.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3.
Sounds
good.
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 Malachi is in the forest, walking and talking with birds.
Chickadee-dee-dee-dee. Oh, I'm going to miss your songs of comfort. I hope you fly away and find somewhere far better than this. I've wanted to fly away from here many times, but unlike you, I'm lacking wings. Chickadee-dee-dee-dee. I can't believe my life's been reduced to me talking to birds. But talking to you reminds me of Mulaney, and for that, I thank you.
He smirks and walks away from the forest with his bag on his back. Griffin walks up the hill to his house, where Calvin is standing outside.
You know, as much as I miss my wife, she would want me to go.
Yes, she would. You ever told me what happened to her?
Perhaps I'll save that story for the boat ride. We're going to need something to pass the time.
You think we'll be okay?
I think we'll be just fine, my dear boy.
Calvin smiles at
Now,
Griffin.
let's get our stuff ready. No time to waste.
Two days have passed. Griffin enters the cave and sees Luna relaxing with her feet in the warm water.
Going for a swim?
Ha! Not quite. Just dipped my feet in. I wanted to visit this place one more time. Isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it fits you quite well. Why not take some of the crystals with you as a memory?
I thought about it, but I want it to look the same way it was when I first saw it. Maybe someday someone else will visit this place, and I want them to see it the same way I did, not a lesser version of it.
I feel the same about the moon. She doesn't know how beautiful she is. Rather than try and conquer and explore her, I sit back and admire her from a distance. Reference metaphor of Luna.
But what if she wants to be explored?
Griffin smiles.
Okay, time to go. Let's meet up with the others and get this journey on the way.
Calvin gathers all the supplies and the rest of the crew by the shore.
Well, the time has come for us to move on. Bellafort embraced us with open arms, and with those same arms now hugs us goodbye.
And I wouldn't have rather spent the time with anyone else besides you guys.
Even me.
No, hence the word guys.
Malachi smirks.
We all lost part of ourselves along the way, but we'll have each other to piece them back together.
This boat is the one my wife and I took to get here. It isn't much, but it will keep us above water, which is always a plus. Make your way on the ship. I'll join you in a minute.
Calvin walks some little ways away and closes his eyes and begins to speak.
I'll miss you, my love. All the years we spent, the memories we made. A part of you will forever be this island, and the other part will be with me. You've been my reason to stay, but now these children are my reason to go. I just wanted you to know I'll always love you.
Calvin wipes his tears and walks back onto the ship.
All right, everyone. Off we go.
Whoa.